Hello there, guys, and welcome back to my channel for my live reaction and player ratings following Leeds United 3, Chelsea 1. I mean, it's late. I am tired, and I cannot be bothered with this team. I mean, oh my God. It was so predictable. It was so bloody predictable that after the highs and the adrenaline rushes of Arsenal and Barcelona, that we just bottle it. In such a lesser game, midweek, disgusting game, dirty game, hard fought game. We just weren't up for it. We just weren't up for it. And did we do too much rotation? Maybe yes, maybe no. But does the team need the rotation? And Temi, you must be rage baiting. But anyway, it's a genuine problem when we do this. But honestly, I expected it so much. Like, I didn't expect us to lose, don't get me wrong, but I expected us to play badly today. I was just hoping that, we'd keep it in some sort of reasonable check, and then we could maybe come back in the second half. But we did start to come back in the second half, a bit like a few weeks ago. I can't remember the game. Was it maybe Sunderland, where we scored a goal, and we were all thinking, yeah, surely we got to come back in this one because we had so much time left to get another goal, but we never did. And that's kind of what happened today, except we also conceded a third because we were just shocking today. We were just shocking from top to bottom. Like, I can't even lie. We were just really poor. And there's not really much messing about. There's not really much, excusing it or talking about it. It's just as simple as that. Casey says, have never seen a worse centre-back than Tosin. That a manager still commits to playing. Why does Maresca keep playing him but can quickly bin off other experienced players? Sanchez was not at fault today. Tosin was bad, but I don't want to see Bijol in the team again. How did the manager keeps overlooking? Oh, you don't want to see Bijol in the team either. The manager keeps overlooking Josh. Yeah, no, I do agree, Fire. We will touch on that. Second throw, oh my God. So this happening a mile away, to be fair. Of course, we lose to Leeds. Exactly. Losing to Sunderland and Leeds, that's a sackable offence. Yeah, it's kind of true. Tosin keeps getting chances when Hato and Josh get frozen out. Seriously. We're living and dying by our centre backs, which is just crazy for us of all clubs. It's true. Give the away fans a refund. Yeah, give them a refund. They very much deserve it. No, not Maresca. Please, come on, man. Grow up, guys. What a shambles. I don't know how we lost to Leeds. Well, I know. We're fucking shite. And we just absolutely couldn't handle their physicality. We absolutely couldn't hack it. And we have a pair of absolutely dog water useless strikers. Like, literally, a pair of Armando Broyas is what we've got running around up front. It's absolutely shocking. Anyway, H says, we were ourselves. This is who we are. Just an overperforming mid-table team. Fair enough, H. Best midfielder was Ampadu. Let that sink in. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it was more about... I need to change my Abby here. I feel like it was more about... the style of the game rather than there being a best midfielder or not. But yeah, I mean, you blame Robert Sanchez. Poor Robert Sanchez. I feel a bit bad for him. I mean, he was bad today, and he was back to his normal Robert Sanchez times, but we can't go over the top. We can't go over the top. Now, let's look at the team that we went with. Let's talk about whether that was a good decision or a bad decision. Yeah. Sanchez in goal, obviously. Then we essentially went with Chalobah as the right back, Tosin and Bijol as the centre backs, Kukurea left back, but of course in possession. Especially in the first half. In the second half, it looked a little bit different. But in the first half, it was certainly that. Andre Sanders as single six, Kukurea and Enzo essentially as the two number 8s, both pushing up into number 10 roles, creating a 6-man attack essentially. João Pedro the number 10, Gittins on the left, Estevao on the right, and Delap up front. Now, what was surprising to me was Chalobah starting in essentially the right back position. It's all well and good in possession. It's basically centre back and everything, but not having a right back come inside but having Estevao on the right wing there. I mean, you had Enzo to do a lot of the work, and that should have helped in that corner, but it just wasn't really working. And then, yeah, Gittins on the other side. But I feel like Estevao starting was the main surprise for me. But Bijol and Tosin were nailed on, and then obviously Chalobah. Not that I had an issue with Estevao starting, but it also just really didn't work out, did it? My God, did it not work out. We'll get into the player ratings in a second. Let's just look at the stats first. I'm not going to have this stream be very long today, guys. I'm tired. I've got work in the morning. We've got shit to do. And it's already nearly midnight, my turn. But yeah, as you can see, very much deserved. Leeds had an XG of 2.82, while we only had 1.11. So not very good. We had less shots than them. We had less shots on target than them. We had less big chances than them. We had no big chances, to be honest. We committed more fouls than them. We had less. Like, we were just the worst team today. We just absolutely just could not hack it. We absolutely could not hack it. Went 1-0 down, obviously, after 6 minutes. Like, it's so early on. And that, of course, makes everything a whole lot more difficult. Of course it does. Of course it does. Would you be surprised if it didn't? But at the same time, when we conceded, I was like, yeah, it doesn't really make a difference. We'd have wanted to score more than 2 or more than 1 anyway. So we still score more than 1, and it's fine. The only problem that happened is that we managed to concede another one just before halftime, before we could have done anything about the situation at halftime. And that made it very difficult. But Neto did bring one back shortly after halftime. And I was like, oh, yes, come on, boys. Maybe we can do it. I was already being smart-arsey to my group chat. They were all saying it was all over at halftime already. And I was like, wait, guys, have hope. Fortunately, there was no hope. And then, yeah, we just started being shit. And then Tosin, my God, Tosin, just go away. Just go away and stop being terrible, man. You piss me off so much. And why do you keep playing? Like the chat said earlier, why do you keep playing? Why is Josh Hutchinson being overlooked? Why does Gerard Hutto make a mistake and never see the light of day again? But why does Tosin get to do whatever the fuck he wants? He's so slow. He's so shit. He's so fucking useless, man. I've never seen such a tall man be so shit in the air. It's absolutely diabolical. It's absolutely embarrassing. How bad can someone be in the air as being that tall? Honestly, I think it was Alex Goldberg that said, I can't remember who he made the comparison to, but honestly, he'd lose an aerial duel against Manan. And Manan 6 feet under the ground. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's unbelievable. He's so bad. Man, Tosin, stop. I know he was free, and I'm still annoyed. Like, I'm still annoyed. I kept saying this, man. He was all right last season, man, but that was the level. Fucking Conference League. Fucking Conference League. How many Premier games did he play last season? Barely any. Why? For good fucking reason, man. Can't hack it. Absolutely can't hack it. Shots on target 5 for them, 2 for us. Okay, we had some blocked shots, sure. Didn't hit the woodwork or anything. We honestly, we didn't have a lot. Like I say, 1.1 XG really isn't a lot. There really just wasn't that much in it. Like, I'll be honest, guys. Hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. You know, show some love. I'd appreciate it a lot. I do take my time to sit here and have a chat with you guys. I just get in the ratings, man. I just get in the ratings. Sanchez 3. I thought he was terrible. I mean, for the 3-1 that earlier already happened that didn't count because of offside, what on earth was he doing? He essentially caused the 3-1 that does happen. I think he caused that goal that didn't count. He caused that one by not coming out and giving the ball away in the build-up. I think he was partly, certainly to do with the situation for the second goal. And then for the third goal, that did go in, I don't know. The first one as well, could he do better? Could he have a stronger hand? I'm not going to sit here and now reverse everything positive I've said about Sanchez over recent time. But, today was more like the Robert Sanchez we know. Why so much rotation, Maresca? Underestimating opponents again. See, this is the interesting thing. For me, this was so blatantly obvious, and we did the very minimum of rotation, really, that we really could have done. Like, when you think about it, Chalobah and Cucurella stayed part of the back four, stayed the same. You only really brought in Tosin and you brought in Bijol. Okay, that's 2 players. Caicedo is injured. Otherwise, so you just brought in Andre Santos for him. And the only other change is Gittins for Garnacho. Otherwise, this is the same team that played against Arsenal. What do you want? Like, it's 2 centre-backs. And the force change through a suspension, and Gittins or Garnacho. What difference does that make? You know what I mean? What can't speak. You know what I mean? So I don't think the rotation is as bad as people make it out to be. I get it with the centre backs, but you know that Fofana can't play regularly. Everybody knows it. So what do you want us to do? Obviously, yeah, Josh Hutchinson should have played. I think that part, but people would have still counted that over rotation. You know what I mean? So yeah. There you go. Mazza says, "Pick up yourself, bro. Appreciate you tuning in again, Mazza. Up the Chelsea. This result was always around the corner. We all should know that by now. These are the types of games. These games can happen. It's early. Hopefully, we go on a run from Sunday Bournemouth." Yeah, exactly. And I think that's a great take, Mazza, honestly, because this is it. Like, did you not expect this from Chelsea? Like, whether it was tonight or whether it was going to be against Bournemouth, whether it was going to be the game after against Everton. We have these results, man. This is why we're not ready. Like, I know some people used it like, are we title contenders? Like the amount of pundits, the amount of like content creators that are like, oh, Chelsea could really go for it. No, we are not. We're nowhere near ready. I've seen people on like big TV shows That's like even Chelsea fans saying next season we must go for the title. They expect us to win it. I'm like, guys, mate, we're nowhere near ready. Next year we'll hopefully be ready to like be contenders and then like get experience of being contenders. And then the season after that, we can talk about maybe winning it. Now, we're nowhere near. We are nowhere near of having the mentality, of having the consistency to perform well enough to win the Premier League. And we're absolutely nowhere near that. We can beat anyone on our day, absolutely. But, and that's the crucial thing, and that's why we're not able to win the league, we can also lose to anybody on any given day. Just as we can beat anybody, whether it's Man City, PSG, Bayern Munich. I know we lost to them, but we can still beat them. Arsenal, whoever. Barcelona. We can beat anybody, but we can also lose to anybody. Literally anybody. And yeah, there you go. I agree with what Mazza said. Ross says, thanks, bro. Game was shit. Reminds me a bit of last season against Ipswich. A little bit. Hopefully we bounce back on the weekend. Yeah, hopefully we do. At least we have a game that really matters and helps in the league coming again soon. Honestly, don't blame Sanchez today when I often don't rate him. The centre-backs in front of him are so horrendous I can't see past it. No, I agree. Sanchez is most certainly not the most at fault. And maybe I should give him a 3. A 4. And I think I will actually raise it to a 4. Arish, sorry if I butchered your name, says, Achimbong has never put a foot wrong whenever asked to start, yet he cannot start over Tosin, who has cost us 10 points this season. Exactly. I don't get it. Now, obviously, Achimbong has only played very minimal games at central centre-back, but even still, I agree with you, bro. I agree. I will give him a 4. 3 is a bit too harsh because he wasn't the main culprit today. Let's get to the main culprit. Tosin, absolutely fucking shocking. 1. And he's lucky for that. And he's lucky that this website doesn't let me give zeros because that's what he really deserves. I mean, my God, absolutely shocking. 102 attempted passes, 93 of them accurate, 92 of them shit. Do you know what I mean? Did absolutely nothing. 0 out of 4 long balls. He attempted 93 passes and only 4 of them were long balls trying to unlock the defense. All 4 of them were incomplete. Now, he had, of course, 12 clearances, 8 of them header clearances, 2 recoveries. Not great, though. 1 out of 4 ground duels. Okay, 8 out of 10 aerial duels. But the ones that mattered, he fucking lost. Tosin gets a 1. And honestly, he should be happy and he should be lucky to get that. Yeah. No context. Chalobah starting at right back was frustrating. I agree. Obviously, he's not truly right back as we've got on screen. But yeah, I get your point. We need to drop Tosin for the next game. Yes, we do. It's a sample size of 2. Yeah, well, we'll get to a few things when it comes to the attack. But yeah, Tosin, absolutely diabolical. And you piss me the fuck off. Badiashil, nearly as bad. 2. Useless, taken off at half time. Not sure why it was him that was taken off rather than Tosin. But anyway, he was poor. Obviously, coming back from injury, we don't want to overplay. That was probably why he was taken off, not regarding his performance, I would assume. Yeah, he was poor. Like, gave the ball away, sloppy. But the most important thing, slow. Now, you know what? I actually want to do justice how bad Tosin was. I give Badiashil a 3. As we gave Sanchez a 4, Badiashil gets a 3. And Tosin can sit on his 1. Honestly, shocking. Absolutely shocking. Because the second half was in a way worse than the first, in a way. Because we had the reaction, like we scored the goal, and then we just did nothing. It just fell apart. Man, it pisses me off. I'm just rattling through this Chalobah. I don't even know what I think about him. Quickly, Badiashil, did he do anything special? 48 out of 50 passes. Nope. Ground duels, 1 out of 2. Aerial duels, 0 out of 1. Brilliant. What the fuck? Trevor Chalobah completed the most passes, 112. Was the most accurate passer, 97%. Nice. 0 out of 1 long balls, though. Defensive actions, limited. 3 out of 6 ground duels, okay. But 1 out of 6 aerial duels, shocking. Absolutely shocking. I like Chalobah. I like to defend Chalobah a lot. Oh, I give him a 3 as well. I was thinking, do I give it lower? It doesn't deserve lower than Badiashil, but not as bad as Tosin, but fucking terrible, man. Tell you that much, fucking terrible. Kukureya, can't fault him, was all right, but didn't do anything good either. Simple 6. I mean, keep it simple, keep it moving. Andre Santos, I mean, we lost the midfield, we got overrun, but I still didn't feel like he was bad. Well, he did make a couple of mistakes. I'll give him a 5. He was still bad, but not super shockingly bad, if that makes sense. Enzo Fernandez, the same. I'll give him a 5. Now, you can say he was poor, he was non-existent, he didn't do this, he didn't do that. Sorry, I'm rattling through it, guys. I'm not really getting your thoughts, of course. Just elaborate, and I'll come back to your comments, of course. Yeah, I'll give it below average just because of what I expect. But honestly, he was the only one fighting and trying to do it. I don't know. I need to look at the stats. Maybe I'll do 5.5. Let me look at Enzo stats quickly. 88% passing accuracy, 3 shots, 9 on target, 1 out of 5 crosses, 2 out of 5 long balls, 1 out of 4 ground duels. Nah, I'm happy with the 5. Give it the 5. Andre Santos, though, 2 out of 2 accurate long balls, 1 out of 3 ground duels, 1 out of 1 aero duel, 2 out of 2 long balls. Yeah, I'm all right with that. Santos 6, Enzo 5. I got no complaints. Yeah, very, very good. Who do I do next? Let's do Estevao next. And today we learned why Enzo Maresca does not start him every game. And today we learned why it's not a good idea to start him every single day. Are you a Leeds fan? Oh, yeah, JB Leeds. Yeah, mate, you played the best team in the world. We beat you like it was a walk in the park. Yeah, fair play. I mean, I hate you lot, but fair play. But yeah, this is why Estevao doesn't start. And this is why he doesn't start every game. And this is why he shouldn't. And this is the bedding in period to the Premier League that people are just thinking it isn't necessary for someone like Estevao. And it is. It is. He was absolutely bullied today. They got in his head. There was a moment where he could have even got sent off. Now, I think it was nowhere near a red card. It was just a basic tactical foul. He was exhausted, couldn't be bothered to run after the guy after he got dispossessed again and just tripped the guy. It hit him a bit, unfortunately, so there was a debate about a red, but no chance. And honestly, that one shot that he got deflected, he had was probably the most exciting attacking moment we had, other than the goal and the Cole Palmer chance, if I'm being honest. And he was causing more threat than anybody else until a certain point when their left back just got the better of him and just had him on strings. I'll give it a 4. I'll give it a 4. I was thinking 5 to be nice. Someone said even a 2. I think 2 is a bit much. He's 18. It's his first. I think he started West Ham as well, but West Ham is different. Appreciate you, JBL Leeds. Not JBL, JB Leeds. I can't even speak anymore, guys. It's late. I've only been live for 17 minutes. It feels like I've been live for 3 hours. No, half an hour at least. I don't know what's going on, guys. My head is fried. But yeah, I give him a 4 because a first game like this, West Ham, they're shit. They're Graham Potter. Now Leeds United away is different. It's different. And I honestly, I don't know why some people thought it was going to be an easy game. It was always going to be a tricky game. It was always going to be a tricky game. And of course, Daniel Farke did turn up in the back 5 that he's used about 20 times in his whole career. Worked against City in the second half. They used it against us and it got them 3 points. So fair play. I can't moan about it. Jamie Gittins got an assist. Didn't do a single other thing else that was useful. So I'll give him a 5. Yeah, nice assist. But that's it. João Pedro, man. Our strikers, João Pedro and Delap, are both so shit. So shit. No, it doesn't mean he wasn't horrible, but it has an impact on how harshly I rate it. Was poor, but Chalobah was not available for partnership on the overlap. That is on Maresca. Yeah, but you don't really want the overlap. And if anything, Enzo could have overlapped from that position. Taking off the lap instead of João Pedro was also baffling decision. João Pedro, yeah. I mean, I don't disagree, but they were both equally as shit as each other, seriously. I mean, João Pedro, yeah, played a few nice passes to the lap at least. It was the lap that never did anything with any of them. The lap literally didn't do anything good in the whole entire game. Other than, literally nothing. I think he won 1 corner. João Pedro, I'll give a 4. No, you know what? It's 3 harsh. If I gave Estevao a 4. Yeah, he played a couple of nice passes that Delap could have done something with, so I'll give him a 4. And Delap, 2. Only Tosin was worse than him. He was so bad. Mate, he's so useless. What are we doing? I felt like, and I mean this now what I say, I felt like I was watching Armando Broja. That's who Liam Delap reminded me of today. And Armando Broja is not that good. And I did rate Armando Broja, and I was like, give him a chance, academy player. But we paid money for this guy. We decided to get rid of Nicholas Jackson for this guy. Nicholas Jackson is not twice, not 3 times, not even 5 times. Nicholas Jackson is literally 15 times the player Liam Delap is. He's not strong, he's slow, and he's late to every tackle, to every moment of press. He just constantly gives unnecessary fouls away. Isn't good at shooting either. Puts it left, puts it right, puts it everywhere. He's a good striker in terms of he tries to pull the trigger. But it's shocking every time. What do I do with that? It's Armando Broja in a nutshell, man. Absolutely useless. Absolute waste of space. What a waste of money. What a waste. What a waste that we got rid of Nicholas Jackson for that. Nah, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how poor he is, quite frankly. It's unbelievable. Genuinely is unbelievable how bad he is. My God. We made two half-time substitutions. Buddy Ashil was replaced, and I'm going to remove him, by Malo Gusto. There he is. And Estevao was also removed at halftime. Rightly so. Of course, had the yellow card as well. Was replaced by Pedro Neto. Why is there no Pedro Neto if I put in the name? Neto. Pedro Neto. There you go. So Pedro Neto scored. So he gets that. I do his rating first. He gets a 7. He scored. He was one of the only few players trying. He was one of the only few players actually trying to do anything positive. So I give Neto a 7. That will probably give him man of the match. He did score the only goal for us. And I feel like he did try. I could also do 6.5 if I'm honest, but I'll give him that. Gusto, I need to change around the shape. So basically Gusto and Chalobah then swap positions inadvertently, I suppose. But that wasn't really truly it either. That was it in moments defensively. But in reality, we now created a box midfield, which then looked something like this. We had our centre-backs wide in possession again. Then we had a double pivot and basically a box midfield of Gusto Andre Santos, Cucurella, and Enzo. We had Gittins and Neto be quite deep. No, that's actually a lie. I tell a lie. Cucurella was very deep here. That's what it was. Hold on, I'm a little bit confused now. How did we do that? Because Cucurella was constantly here. So I'll still leave Cucurella there, but I don't know. It's a bit weird. It's a bit strange. Well, we'll have to shift it around into a situation that actually makes sense, like the first half, because otherwise we can't even see any players anymore. And we don't want that. So we're going to shift this around back into the formation we had at least in the first half, which we could agree on at least. I will get to Palmer and Garnacho in a second as well, of course. But yeah, Malo Gusto came on, did some midfield playing, did some defensive playing. Honestly, did it all right. Don't think I could blame him for much. 5.5 or 6, I'm thinking. 5.5, I'll say. 5.5. Would someone say 6? Would someone say 6? I think that's a little bit just... Yeah, doesn't really do anything. Isola wasn't all that, like that layoff, which probably wasn't even one. Exactly. Marquis should start a striker. Yeah, he can at least press and bully defenders. Absolutely. Deserves to get hooked. Deserves better. Gets hooked too quickly when he puts dangerous balls in. Which has a point. Nobody has shouted at me yet for giving Gusto 5.5, so I'll do that. I could easily give him a 6 as well, if I'm being honest. But the result just annoys me a bit too much. We'll take Giddens out because he came off for Alejandro Garnacho. But I thought actually Garnacho was decent when he had come on. I would, as a sub, of course, I can't give it a star or something. So can I do like 0.6? Yeah, I can do 0.6. 0.6 is when you get like a star. This is not 0.6. You know, if I did 0.6, I would write down 0.6. I'm just writing down 0.6 because it's kind of as a sub, like I used to do the stars. You know, guys, like I used to do the stars in my old player rates. So that's what we're gonna do. 6 point. So we do it like this. All of a sudden, it's gone. Baffling. Yeah, let's do it like that because I thought it was decent. But did I give Gittins a 5? So that's harsh then. I have to give him a 5 as well. I can't get... Gittins got an assist as well. I can't give Garnacho a high rating. I would recall Omega. Well, he just got suspended as captain because, I don't know, it was kind of unclear whether he got this... Whether he got suspended for partying or not knowing whether that Strasbourg was in France, not in Germany. So a bit strange. I think he deserved to start. I thought he was decent as well. I can't... Timmy, on this website, unfortunately, it doesn't let me do it. I can only do numbers. But you know what? I've seen 2 people agree. So on that note, I will give him the 6 because why not? I'm not here to like argue for 3 hours. And then we took Delap off for Cole Palmer. João Pedro went up front. Did we make a sub after that as well? Yes, at the end, obviously, Guiu came on for Andre Santos, but by that point, it didn't really matter, did it? But yeah, Cole Palmer is back, which is obviously great. I'm glad to have him back, but yeah, wasn't great. Yeah, one chance, should have scored it, but he didn't on comeback. You know what? I'll not give him a rating because I gave Garnacho a rating. I have to give him a rating. I'll give him a 6 as well. I'll give him a 6 as well. I don't know, man. Honestly, I should probably go lower than that. Yeah, when he came on, put aside that his name is Palmer, objectively was a 3 at best. Mate, 3 I think is harsh. But you know what? You've convinced me to at least give him a 5. You've convinced me. He had some misplaced passes that the finish, like I say, should have gone in. There was 1 or 2 moments where I saw a burst, but yeah, a bit difficult. I will also say I missed a good 5 to 7 minutes when my Wi-Fi all of a sudden went down, and to re-download the Sky app on my phone before I could fucking get on Sky to actually put the game on my phone while my TV was down or while my Wi-Fi was down. So yeah, that was a bit of a nightmare. But yeah, so maybe Palmer did anything then, but I didn't see it. A new Netflix show should come out, How to Embarrass a Fan Base in 3 days. Yep. 6, yeah, I'll give it a 5. I mean, our search for Diego Costa replacement is still pending after 8 years. Honestly, and I think by far the closest thing to it was Nicholas Jackson. And because he was a bit aggressive and a bit of an idiot, like Diego Costa was, just in a different time when red cards were a bit more difficult to come by, we decided to get rid of him. So here we are. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Maybe it is too high. Maybe it is too high. I can look how many misplaced passes. Yeah, I'll tell you. 6. So you had 18 passes in total, 12 completed, 6 incomplete. But yeah, it really was great. 0 out of 1 shots, 0 out of 1 crosses, 0 out of 1 long balls, only 1 recovery, nothing else, 1 ground duel that he lost. I could also give him a 4, I mean, but it's his comeback. I'll be nice, you know what I mean? It's not his fault that we lost. Although, to be fair, he could have scored at 2-1. He could have scored at 2-1, could have made it 2-2 at that point. And who knows? Maybe we even go win the game. You know what? Because of that, I'll give him a 4. Sorry, Cole. Feel bad for you, but it has to be done. Has to be done. And on that note, I'll quickly check Twitter if anything interesting has been said by anybody or anywhere yet. But like I said recently already, it was just, like I said earlier already, I mean, it was just expected, man. It was just expected. Chelsea have only won 25% of Premier League games that Caicedo hasn't started in. That is bad. They also keep losing the ones that bloody Tosin starting. Yeah, that is not great. But yeah, Maresca on tonight's performance. They were better than us in all aspects. They deserve to win the game. There is nothing we can take from this game. The only thing we can do is to try and understand what we did, then reset. We performed so well against Arsenal and Barcelona. It doesn't mean we're going to always perform in the same way. Because of the situation you have to manage. The players you have to rotate. The level isn't always going to be the same. And unfortunately, it's a reality. And people say you over-rotated, but otherwise, we just have too many injuries. Maresca is asked, where does this kind of performance come from? For sure, when you play against Barcelona and Arsenal, you expect a better performance tonight, but it's not always going to be possible. We have some players that it is not possible to play every 2 or 3 days. Reece, where's these kind of players? But we can't use them every game. We can't. We absolutely can't. On the players coming into the team, and do they have to do more? In tonight's game, there was nobody at their best level. Pedro second half, Ghana second half, they were our best players. The third goal killed the game. Yeah, agree. Honestly, agree. Pedro and Ghana were probably our best players. So fair play to him for saying it as obviously as that. On the reasons for the performance, I hope we had a bad night because it's a game where you struggle to take anything from. They were much better in duels. Yeah, like a bit like we were against Barca, they were today. Missed Moy tonight, and we'll miss him in the next games in the same way we missed Moy. He's an important player, always for any team in the world. Yeah, he is. Anything else? Enter Maresca on the Estevao sub. The feeling with Estevao was a little bit, welcome to the Premier League, welcome to Leeds. The impact for him was big, and the reason why we changed him was because he was on a yellow card. And yeah, welcome to the Premier League, welcome to Leeds. Yeah, that was it for him, and it's fair. And maybe he needed that experience, you know? Maybe Estevao needed that experience to kind of improve and get better. You know, he's 18. And we only just came to England 4 months ago. I want to finish it off because I didn't do that. I will hand out Pedro Neto, our man of the match. He deserves that. He gets a little quick gold. But yeah, got in. Frustrating. I quickly head over to FOTMOB one more time and we'll look at the Premier League table because I also need to look at the other results that I haven't really paid enough attention to. No, Arsenal won. Why is it taking so long? Can you even see it? No, you cannot see it. We'll be right there. We'll be right there. I feel like my computer is struggling more and more these days, which is a bit of a shame. But here we are. So now we will open the fixtures. Do you think we could get? You think you could get relegated, mate? No, I don't think so. Do you think you could? You think you could get relegated? But yeah, yesterday we had Everton beating Bournemouth. We had City beating Fulham 5-4 after being 5-1 up. Spurs and Newcastle drawing. Arsenal beat Brentford. Of course they did. Insane game between Brighton and Aston Villa, but that means we're now 3 points behind Aston Villa, which is a bit mental. Palace beat Burnley. Forest beat Wolves. We lost to Leeds, and Liverpool got a draw in the end against Sunderland after going 1-0 down. And Florian Wirtz scored his first goal for the club, I think. And yeah, we've now slipped to fourth. It's a bit of a shame. Man United, if they win tomorrow, could actually be level on points with us. They'll be behind us a goal difference, but if they win, they could be level on points with us. And considering they're playing West Ham, it's a good chance they win, so that's shocking. We'll still be fourth, but yeah, being behind Villa is a bit crazy. Honestly, Villa have kind of quietly gone about their business. I can't lie. It's kind of a bit wild. So fair play to them, if I'm honest. But yeah, I think on that note, guys, after we beat Liverpool, we won Arsenal for the title, mate. What? Fuck off. I mean, to be fair, you're a Leeds fan. You probably would want Arsenal for the title, won't you? But does Leeds have a problem with Man City as well? Didn't even know that. See, there you go. Can't know everything, can you? Can't know everything. Maresca. Let's do a Maresca rating. Fair enough. I forgot. See, I'm a little bit different to you because I'm like, how much of this is on the manager? I really think very little. I think most of the rotation that he went with is kind of he has to. He can't play for Farke again. He had to rotate Caicedo. And the only other rotation he made was not play Reece James or Augusto. And, Reece James or Augusto played the last 3 games in a row. So you want them injured? I'd rather not them injured. Do you know what I mean? So I'll give Maresca a 4. It wasn't great, but I really don't think the situation today was a manager problem. Our striker situation is a bigger hole than our defense. At least our defense stabilized before Farke. Yeah, I agree with that. And Levi Colwill, don't forget about him as well. Our best defender is not actually here. Now, our attack, well, let's see now with Cole Palmer, and once Palmer and Estevao play together, I'm sure things will start to look better. Maybe he will also start to make Delap and João Pedro look better. And especially Delap, with having had his time out, his injury, give it a bit of time. Let's see how things develop and let's see how things go. But as of now, like I say, he's looking like I'm under, bro. You know better than that. And João Pedro, I still don't. He doesn't have a striker's instinct, really. He's not a good enough 10. Yeah, he sometimes plays a nice through ball, but really his movement, his positioning really isn't good enough as a 10, in my opinion. At least how we need it. So yeah, it's disappointing, guys. It's disappointing. I appreciate everybody guys tuned in today. Nah, bro, Kobe and Pedro got the goal from the quality play of Gittins. Disingenuous quote, in my opinion. Yeah, but Gittins had one good cross, but otherwise was absolutely useless. You know what I mean? Oh, absolutely useless, maybe the wrong word, but he didn't do anything. You know what I mean? And Garnacho, every time he got the ball, tried to do something. Gittins, every time he got the ball, passed it backwards. Other than that one time. And that one time is fair enough. But yeah, I mean, but you can have a different opinion to the manager and to me, obviously. But yeah, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to round it out. Keep it chill, keep it sweet. 33 minutes. Appreciate you if you've tuned in. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're watching this at a later point, considering it's quite short, more people might. So if you are watching this at a later point, appreciate you. Hit the like button. Comment down below if you're watching this as a video. Comment something nice. That'd be brilliant. But yeah, like I say, subscribe if you haven't done that yet. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Up the shelves, upwards and fucking onwards. And I'll see you next time.